Right, here we go. I don't know whether you'll be able to hear me or not. I'm using the Airpods 2 rather than the Airpods 3. The Airpods 3, I think, needs a firmware update because I haven't been able to get them to connect to either my Android phone or this camera I'm using, the Insta360 X2. Whereas the Airpods 2 did both easily. I keep on getting a find my error. I don't know what that's all about, but I suspect, I don't know, I mean, I've seen people online doing it easily. So I don't know whether that means, well, I don't know what it means to be quite honest, but I'm not having any luck. And the AirPods 2, connected with the Insta360 X2, the sound wasn't great. So I've got the AirPods 2 connected to my iPhone via Bluetooth. I did, in the week, I ordered a little microphone. It was only a tenner with a wired connection to my Android phone, which I thought might be better. There was no sort of convenient place to put the microphone in the helmet, and the microphone, when it came through, was a piece of crap, to be honest. The wind baffle thing, what do they call it, a frog or something, didn't even fit, it just kept on falling off. So sort of abandoned that idea. I thought I'd give this one another go. If you're not hearing this, then I'm talking over the film back in the studio. And yeah, I've had a couple of failures with this. One is with the Insta360, I mean. One is I went to film the fireworks, Tewkesbury fireworks, and I watched a couple of videos on filming fireworks, and I got the white balance, the exposure settings right in the cam. That was fine. But the bloke kept on saying, well, to film fireworks, you've got to be really close up. And of course, in a public firework display, there's no way you can get close, everyone's kept away. And it's massive anyway. The idea is to cover a lot of ground so that everyone gets a good view. And there are a hell of a lot of people come to the Tewkesbury fireworks. No, which way to go round? We have a choice current here. If you turn left, you go round Green Hill clockwise. If you go straight on, we go anti-clockwise. So I think what I'm going to do... I know. It said road closed there, which was really a shame. Don't know what to do now. Actually, come to think of it, I did see that the road to Eppington was closed. There'd been a landslide or something. Very tedious. I might have to go sort of halfway around and double back again. It's really a nuisance because Breeden Hill, if I go around Breeden Hill, it's almost exactly 25 miles from my garage. Which makes counting up to 300 very easy. Even for me. But here we are going through a few little villages. We've just been through Breeden, where I used to live, and which frankly I would happily never set eyes on again, but unfortunately I have to go through it to go around Breeden Hill. and we got all these little villagers coming up. It's about this time of the ride, I always get my paranoia about whether I got all my zips down, my pockets, which I think I'm going to do more. Cyclists. I'm just going for nice, as you can see, it's nice and slow. I'm running the bike in, so it suits me fine. And yeah, the road's closed. What am I going to do? Oh my god. There's all sorts of traffic, there's all sorts of roadworks that are causing all sorts of bloody problems in Tewkesbury at the moment. And the way we've come, like down High Street and onto the Green Road, is actually the most traffic works free. What's this traffic? Yeah, it's traffic. Yeah, as I was saying, I failed to, I did film the fireworks, but the reason the bloke said, I was expecting to fail, to be honest, because I did record them all, but of course they all look like they're about 1,000 miles away, so the tiny the pinpricks of light. That's the trouble with wide angle lenses, even on action cams, where you've got 180 degree lens, they do make everything look further away than it actually is. And of course, these lenses make everything look miles away. So that was a bit of a failure. And the second failure I had was I had in fact been round Breeden Hill before, but when I put the camera away from the fireworks, I changed it back to auto mode. I did a couple of tests, just 3-second films, just to check that the white balance was back to what you might call normal. Well, that was fine. I did a couple of clips. Then I set it up on the bike, started it recording around Breeden Hill, and I didn't notice, but it had actually gone back to the blasted fireworks settings, manual settings, exposure. So everything was incredibly blue, and of course I had to change all that in iMovie, but it didn't look great. I wanted the next film from this camera, I wanted to be the correct exposure settings, because I was interested as everyone else how it comes out, and also just to practice editing, because practice makes perfect. I must admit, I'm finding the camera a bit more of a challenge than the bike. The bike is dead easy, but I've got to do something about these pegs, man. When you're paddling around, they really get in the way. And although I can get used to the gear change, which means you have to do this sort of weird dance move, you have to move your foot out, then down, and back under the gear change lever to change up. There needs to be more distance between the peg and the tip of the gear lever. Yeah, that's it. And I think I've got adjustable foot pegs from Tech, bike parts, that give you 4 inches of movement. You can put them forwards or backwards. I think I want them backwards, to be honest. It'll put a bit more weight on my wrists, but probably not an awful lot. And it'll get the bloody pegs out of the way while I'm paddling around. And that is my main gripe. Oops, it's always caught me out on the ZX6R. There's a bit of a double apex. Yeah, and I haven't ridden for 18 months, so I'm relearning the basics. And a new bike, and a new camera. Which is all for the day, tremendous fun. Well, it was a bit cold today, I must admit. I did buy a new jacket, but I'm not wearing it. It's basically a summer jacket. And, oh God, I just seen a raindrop. I do not want Mavis getting wet. Damn it. I was assured by the BBC it wasn't going to fucking rain. Ugh. Why do I pay any attention to them? Right, so I think what we'll do is turn around. Accelerating very slowly, you're still running in, still keeping it to 4,000 red. This little bit's ideal, like you're constantly changing speed, and this is what the instruction manual says. It says don't stay at the same speed for a long time. Where did they come from? No. Where they came from. Right, yeah, you see all this corners, accelerating, decelerating, brakes. Now I must use the back brake. On the ZX6R, I just didn't bother with the back brake, it was a waste of time. And the front brake, I'd have calipers from a 1200cc Triumph Sprint bit on it. So, man, those calipers could stop a steam train very, very quickly. And on this, it's rather different. Because for a start, I've got ABS. There's no ABS on the ZX6R. And the brakes, perfectly adequate for this machine, certainly going at 4,000 revs. But they don't get the greatest feel, I must admit. I must start using the plastic back one. Because I don't think I've touched it yet. So although this ride has been cut short by a roadworks deep weather, it's still a useful thing to do. Because, chugging a bit there, too high gear, getting used to the bike. But here, for instance, the speed limit is 30, I'm quite happy to remember. We're going on 32,500 revs, which suits me fine. Oops, no, Bible. Right, you see, I slowed down for them, given plenty of room, nodded slightly, as you do for other bikers, and they just ignored me, so, you know what they can do. Riding Harleys, see the superior breed or something like that. I've got nothing against Harleys at all, but some of the people who ride them, that's a jerk. Although they like to look big. The equivalent of some of our politicians, particularly the unelected bureaucrat David Frost. Right, another biker. Nice nod, you see, he's got an adventure bike. Not fucking Harley. And to be honest, after the ZX6R, I am really enjoying the style of riding. Because again, I can't help continually compare it to the ZX6R because it's so different. I've had the ZX6R for so long. The ZX6R was always pushing you to be quicker, to go faster, because it was so revvy. Its happy place was really only sort of 90 to 100 miles an hour. That's when it all started working together. And you could feel it. You could feel the bike underneath you all starting to work together. It's what the frame, the suspension, the engine was set up for. Great big gobs of revs. This course is the opposite. It's 2 cylinders rather than 4 cylinders. So by its very nature, it's not as revvy. Chugs along. And if it wasn't for the blasted pegs, it'd be very easy to handle in traffic. So I think pegs are the number one thing that I'm interested in replacing. Just going here, it's 40 miles an hour, mate. Go on. He waits till he can't see around the corner and then overtakes. Go with a moron. I need to adjust my right hand mirror slightly as well. Yeah, it's nice to get away from that, the feeling that the bike is pushing you to go quicker the whole time. Just because that's where it's happiest, going quickly. This is the opposite. It's happy going nice and slowly. Which means instead of whizzing past things at 100 miles an hour the whole time, I can actually slow down. I can actually slow down and enjoy the view. Although this is Breeden, so it's not a very enjoyable view. Now this turning on the right here is where we would have come out if we'd gone round Breeden Hill. And the turning coming up on the right now is where I used to live, or my mum built a house there. Because it's down the bottom, she could actually see her sister's house, but which is another place you have to turn right here and then right again, and she was right at the end, so we can actually see each other's houses. Although, I hated it. It was absolutely loathed it. Everything about it. And Breeden is a place I'm done with. Or just pottering and just appreciate you know, the countryside. Well, this isn't the greatest day, it has to be said. I just got impatient because it's been raining the last 3 or 4 days. The roads have been too wet. I don't want to get my legs wet, and so which is a nice little swim for Sunday, and then I'll go home and carry on waiting for brighter and better weather to come along. I don't mind it being cold. You know, I got some nice warm kit, as long as it's not icy. But I really don't want to go out in the wet, not on those. I'll keep it nice and pristine, because I think she looks great. But I'm biased. I paid for it. Yeah. ATP auto service, that's right, my car service, excellent place, good mechanic, excellent. Like 40 miles an hour here again. Again, we're running in, so this is quite suitable. We're about to come up to the obstructed. Accelerate gently. 50 miles an hour, 3,500 revs. We're in 6, we're doing 55 at 3,500. There's more raindrops and going on my bloody road. I think we're in 6, I'll just check. Yeah, 6. 3,500 revs is 55. I'm quite happy. No, it's creeping up a bit, but I'm quite happy to keep it to 55 to 60 miles an hour range. It just makes such a pleasant change. You know, and the bike, as I say, is not telling me, go quicker, go quicker. I'll be more fun if you go quicker. A lot of horses pegged out here this year, usually it's 2 or 3 from the travellers. We've got quite a few this year. Thank you, proper that. I'm not entirely used to it yet. I'm not entirely confident when I come to a halt of putting my foot down and actually hitting the floor. And also, I've got boots on. The top of the boots keep on sort of snagging on the foot peg too. So yeah, it's an absolute primary thing. And I was thinking, you know, the limited rides I have been on this thing. The one thing that I haven't commented on, or even noticed, is the frame and the handling and the tyres. Because although I haven't been going very quickly, it all just works, you know.
Hey, sorry it's sudden, but we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks very much indeed for listening.